Well, the recent survey of U.S. workers found that up to 61% of U.S. professionals feel like they're burning out at any moment in time, and 43% reported high levels of daily stress.
So how does that affect their work performance? And the question everybody wants to know, how do you deal with it and recover from it?
UW Health distinguished psychologist Shilagh Mirgain is back with us in studio after 2 years, 2.5 years.
For the first time.
So great to be here and see you both in person.
It's so good to see you. You didn't bring the baby, did you?
I didn't bring her, but I will sometime.
Okay, good.
She's great.
All right, let's talk about stress in the workplace. How does it affect work?
Well, we want to think about how the pandemic has impacted us at stress. We've sometimes had to work longer hours, or there hasn't been a good boundary between our work and life. And we really want to work on stress recovery. Otherwise, we're vulnerable to burnout.
And what does that mean? What's the stress recovery model?
I think about it as a teeter-totter. We're designed to deal with stress, but oftentimes we're stressed and we stay stressed and we get stuck in this. And so we want to work on active recovery to balance our physiology so we can really be centered and be productive and focused and enthusiastic at work.
Easier said than done, though, most times.
And you also hear about this work-life balance.
Yeah, so we need a recovery plan. One, have better boundaries. Don't have your phone where you're checking your data. Also, don't think about work. Try to have like a stop sign when you walk into your house, or when you're turning off the work computer if you're working from home. And then think about actively recovering. You can do micro breaks during the day. Just little things like make sure you're eating, walk around, get outside. Nature is really restorative. And then make sure you're also prioritizing recovery in the evening and in the weekends, because often why we burn out is we don't have enough life outside of work.
Right.
And we start to really dread going into work.
Right, you wake up on Monday morning, it's like, what happened to the weekend?
Yeah.
You haven't done anything.
Well, and taking micro breaks is a great idea, because even if you just put your phone down for 10 minutes, take a breather from social media, and it is restorative. It feels good to kind of let your brain relax.
Absolutely, yeah. Screens rarely restore us. Instead, think about physical activity. So the 10 minutes are good during the workday, but outside of work, think about physical activity. Think about doing something that builds mastery, like learning a hobby, learning a language, taking up something that you've never tried before that would feel really fun. And then usually when we're involved in those things, we're not thinking about work, we feel recharged, and then we're ready Monday morning to get back at it.
And a lot of people are really stressing out about having to go back into work after working at home for 2.5 years.
It's a big adjustment, right? We're used to maybe working in our PJs and our slippers and having to get ready to go back, and also the worry about the pandemic. So make sure you're talking with your boss, making sure you're doing a lot of self-care. It can feel pretty tiring to be back, and just reach out for the support, especially mental health support.
Your clothes don't fit.
Yeah. Well, and you're always so good about keeping things in perspective and having sort of an attitude of gratitude, that when you're in an intensely stressful situation, to try to realize it's not the end of the world and this too shall pass, right?
Yeah, thank you for putting in a plug for gratitude practice. Our brains are so derived to focus on the negative, we forget about how blessed we are. And so just a little 3 things I'm grateful for. You can write it down or talk about it at the dinner table, or even with your colleagues at work, can help you remember what's right instead of just focus on what's wrong.
Don't stress about it.
Exactly.
Shilagh, great to see you again.
Great to see you.
Great.
Bring the baby next time.
Oh, I look forward to seeing you next month.
We can't wait to see her.
Yeah.